For our own battle with ISIS, back here in Washington, the top brass at the Pentagon had an update for everyone on just how the war is going. Let's head to CNN's Jim Sciutto. He is our chief national security correspondent. He was there asking some very good questions. So what did Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel and Joint Chiefs Chairman Martin Dempsey have to say? What did you gain from what they told the American public today?
Well, Don, we pressed him on a couple of things. One thing I pressed him on was whether U.S. and the coalition would come to the aid of those Syrian Kurds that we saw battling those ISIS fighters live on television. This is a part of eastern Syria that U.S. airstrikes have not extended to yet, and those Syrian Kurds are facing the same genocidal threat, frankly, that we saw the Yazidi people in northern Iraq face, other groups, as ISIS sweeps through their territory. They kill them, they take their women and children, etc. So I asked them, why hasn't the U.S. come to their defense? And Secretary of State Chuck Hagel said that they're aware of the situation, aware of the threat, and they are now talking with their coalition partners, including Turkey, about what they could do to come to their aid, if possible. The other thing I pressed him on was, you remember, it was only last Monday when Defense Secretary Hagel and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Martin Dempsey, were testifying on Capitol Hill, and when they were pressed on that question, will U.S. troops, will they request U.S. troops to take part in this fight against ISIS, General Dempsey at the time said, listen, if I believe it's necessary to win this battle, I will make that recommendation. We had 10 days afterwards of administration denials, so I went back to General Dempsey today and I said, do you stand by that statement? Because to me, Don, he sounded like a commander who said, I'm going to recommend whatever I believe is necessary to win the battle. Listen here to how General Dempsey answered that question. And I'm not talking about a large presence. I'm talking about, for instance, helping in targeting airstrikes or forward deployed advisors. Are those specific missions that you might ask the President for U.S. forces?
I just stand by the statement. I will make a recommendation that the President gave me a mission, destroy ISIL, and I will recommend to him what it takes to destroy ISIL.
You heard that there, Don. No walking back of his vow. If he feels necessary to accomplish that mission that he was describing, if he feels it necessary to request U.S. ground troops, he will ask for them. Now, to be clear, he's not talking about a big occupying force, 100,000 troops like you saw in Iraq. I asked him specifically about functions like targeting for airstrikes, where you'd have special forces on the ground helping the warplanes to hit the targets they need to hit, or possibly those military advisors that we already have on the ground in Iraq, instead of being back at command centers, being up closer to the front lines. Those are both things, again today, Don, he said if he felt they were necessary, he would ask the President for them. He hasn't said that's necessary yet. We also don't know what the President would say, but he did say if he feels they're necessary, he'll go to the President.